El Maestro Speaks.
El Maestro Speaks.
El Maestro Speaks
Podcast.
And here we go, we are live. Yep. Are we live now? Now we are recording. Alright. It's another episode of El Maestro Speaks Podcast. Wherever you are, thank you for listening. I was thinking of doing a live version of this since I'm doing it solo. I don't have someone to talk to. I don't know. My live stream might be dropped because of the songs, the background I'm having right now. Though these are all cover songs. There are times that Facebook's a little bit crazy, and we'll just drop the song. I mean the what do you call this one? The live stream, just because of the music. So just to be safe. And I don't know. I cannot talk, or I cannot organize though. Yeah, it's me. I don't organize my thoughts, but it gets worse when I'm doing live stream. So yeah, there you go. We'll just do it recorded, right? So as you can see, we don't have someone to talk to in this episode, so it's gonna be a solo one. And what are we going to be talking about tonight? Well, anything but teaching. Anything but teaching. Yeah. I really do this to take a break from teaching. Though I have a podcast, it's called Teacher's Pod, and that's where we talk about teaching related matters. I'm co-hosting it with one of my good friend. I hope and I know you can follow him and his Facebook page. His name is John Irvin Kissing. He fondly calls himself Gurong Magsasaka, which is translated as a farmer teacher. A teacher who is a farmer. Yeah. Just highlighting his love for teaching and agriculture, right? As they said, Philippines is an agricultural country. Yeah, the funny thing is, we are known to be an agricultural country, but we are importing rice from our neighboring countries. How did that happen? I don't know. But, case in point, just to highlight it there, we are an agricultural country. And, yep, we're doing it solo. And what are the topics that we'll be talking about in this episode? I don't know. It's just anything out there, everything that I can think of, I'll be talking about. This is going back to what I do in the past, or before I came out with the idea of discussing history here, which of course is still a part of this podcast. As you already know, this podcast, whoops, just dropped my phone. This podcast goes around picking up every topic that it wants to discuss here in this. At the same time, include having conversations with people. Yeah, and like I said a while ago, anything but teaching related, we will be talking in this podcast. If it's all about teaching or teaching related education, yeah, we can just bring it on the other podcast. And here I want to talk about personal development, anything that makes me curious, but other than teaching. Okay, don't get me wrong, I don't hate teaching. No, I work as a teacher. I don't say I love it, but let's just say I'm doing it, and my philosophy is that I have to do it well, because I know the responsibility that is in the world of teaching. I know the duties that I have or I need to perform, so the learners are going to be ready in growing up. I know that I'm holding a very important role in molding the next generation who are going to build our nation. So yeah, there you go. I know that I am holding a very big responsibility as a teacher. I'm not like the other kind of teachers who really are dedicated to it, that let's just say they will say it's their first love. No, for me it's not, but I am here, I am in the world, I am in the profession, so my philosophy, gotta do it. I gotta do it. And if I have to do it, or if I'm going to do it, gotta do it well. I'm not saying I'm gonna do it perfectly, gotta do it. I'm gonna give it my best, and I will do it well. Now, this thing that I'm doing is just an outlet to where I can just not be a teacher. So yeah, that's the reason why I said anything but teaching. Learning, yeah. Well, it's one of the topics that I love to talk about. Doing or sharing, taking a closer look on the different ways of learning, how people learn things, not necessarily school-related things, but learning the skills, things like that. I am trying not to use the word hack, because it's not a hack. It is just using or reviewing the process of learning and then just picking the things or the process that works for you. It looks like a hack because it might speed up your way of learning, might speed up your process. I mean, the process for you. You can learn fast, but it's not a hack. It is looking into the process and knowing yourself really well. That's very important. And trying to check what process works for you. Yeah, it's not a hack. Let's just say it's more of understanding the process. It's understanding the process and understanding yourself. Yeah. Speaking of the world of learning, do you think schools will be relevant, let's say 20, 30 years from now? And I don't know, maybe, let's just say, do you think teachers and schools will be relevant, say, 30, 40 years from now? Let's just say 30 and 40 years from now. With the development of artificial intelligence, right? Because looking at it, it would look like this thing, this AI here, will replace a lot of jobs, right? I just want to share this as an example of machine replacing people in their job. Back in the day, I saw this in a book. Well, I don't know if it happened here in the Philippines. I don't know. Maybe it did, right? Where would you get ice? Where would they get ice? Back then, when we don't have refrigerators or freezers, there are people literally getting ice and selling them house to house for an ice box, where people like put their foods and then put some ice there so that the temperature will remain cold, and that's their job. They sell ice, deliver ice, right? Different houses. Here comes the refrigerator. When the refrigerator was invented, those jobs were gone, right? Now, fast forward to this year, 2025, say, and then let's just move 10 years forward. What do you think are the first jobs that will be replaced by AIs? I heard that, I think, right now writers are on the verge of extinction because writing, copy reader, or those that check the grammars, the conciseness of words. I didn't know that there are people who works like that. Those jobs are slowly disappearing now. So just imagine 30 years from now, how many jobs will disappear just because of AI, right? Now, mix AI and artificial intelligence with the quantum computer. Yeah, that would be an amazing result. Amazing creation. So, I'm just thinking, would schools be relevant 30, 40 years from now? Are teachers going to be relevant? At least on the basic side of education, right? Like teaching people how to write, teaching people how to count, teaching people how to read, create an article, paragraph, things like that. On the basic side of education, I would think it would. That the relevance of it will not be that relevant anymore. Will be gone. It will be taken over by AI. Yes, I guess. Well, on the higher part of education, maybe on the what do you call it, college or tertiary level, I would think there will still be, it is still and will still be relevant, but it would not be on the technical side of things. Maybe it's on the humanity side. Well, because technical sides of a career, say for example, if you're trying to become a chemist, all those things, all the information you need can be provided by AI. But on judging, making a humane judgment of things, I think that not unless AI is so advanced, right, that it can like break the barriers between humanity and the machine, that AI can can develop emotions, and AI can like say have certain behavior, so it can relate to what humans are feeling, then absolutely AI will take over the education sector. Yeah, I was thinking of not talking about education, but here we are. Yeah, that's my projection. 30, 40 years from now, I guess, teachers will not be relevant anymore. Maybe, yeah, everyone will be learning at their own pace, right? Right? It would not be a classroom anymore, and that would be, I think that would be a good thing, right? Since because we have this, we acknowledge, and here's the funny thing, we acknowledge that everybody's different, right? We acknowledge that everybody's different, that everybody is in a different pace of learning. Someone is a fast learner, somebody needs to like have more time before they can understand things. Maybe I'm that kind of person, but then we devised a curriculum that is time bound, that these things, these competencies, these skills must be learned at this time frame, right? And I don't know, it's wonky. It's weird in a sense because we acknowledge that we have different pace of learning. We have different way of learning. And the way we teach children, the way we teach people is set into one style of teaching. Though there are schools trying to create it's a different kind of way of learning, but I don't think still maybe it's working, maybe it is, but it is still not completely differentiated. I mean, if AI can really replace teachers, then that's where you can see an real individualized kind of learning. Maybe what would be the jobs of teachers, if there are still teachers 30, 40 years from now, is just to check if the students are really learning. But again, AI can do that. Maybe check that the child is not slacking off, right? So yeah, 30 years from now. And after that 30 years from now, maybe I'm already retired, so I'm not really that worried. Yeah, and that's it. I guess with the development of AI, teaching or learning will be very, very different 30 years from now. And I think that is a good thing, like I said. Okay, you can learn at your own pace. You can learn differently. Maybe the AI can detect that you can learn in faster in a certain way, then the AI will devise a curriculum that is personally tailored for you. And that's gonna help you. That's gonna help what we are calling the differently abled people, those people that need special education, special care. That will be the advantage, I guess. Disadvantage? I don't think it's a disadvantage. I don't know, maybe yeah. Your El Maestro will be out of job. Yeah, that's the disadvantage. People in the education should now start looking for a new job, right? They'll have to train or acquire a new skill so they can put food on the table. Yeah. And I guess, why are we talking about this? Well, because it's good to like think of what's gonna happen in the future, so we can just prepare ourselves on what is going to be the effect on us, right? And the only person that I talk to in this podcast that has, have thought about this is Mr. Gary Abela. Shout out to you, Mr. Gary. And the podcast I just recorded last week, yeah. He tried to run for office, and then he was actually his plan was, if you can listen to the podcast, the previous episode that we made, he was actually talking about doing something to mitigate the disadvantage or the negative effect of the development of AI on the jobs of people, of humans, and at the same time development so that we can fully utilize the artificial intelligence in government service. That I never heard that before. I never heard it as a campaign platform from other politicians. Anyway, just for the people who doesn't know, I just finished our election here in the Philippines last May. I never heard any politician talk about that. All their platforms are focused on, I'm gonna be helping you guys, those poor people in the slums. I'm gonna be helping you. I'm gonna be giving you money. All politicians are focused on that one. Let's just say 90% of the politicians are focused on that one. Well, why? Because that's the popular sound that you can make that will take your name inside that ballot. That is why, if you see it, try to observe. Okay, once these people get into office, these politicians get into office, they will work hard to find ways to give money to these people, to what we call the poorest of the poor, and that's the solution that they know. It's already a cliche, the saying that the saying, give a man a fish and he will live for a day, teach a man how to fish, he will live for you, or he'll know how to find a food for his lifetime, right? Yeah, that's a cliche. It's a popular quote. But what the government is doing, especially here in this country, is that they're giving the man a fish. They're just giving handouts like, this is for you, and don't forget that came from me. Yeah. So they're already planting seeds so they can dominate the next election. Right? Yeah, that's their campaign. Yeah. Campaign, what do they call that one? Yeah. Campaign theme. Campaign topic. Helping the poor. But are they really helping the poor? That's the question, right? Are they, by giving the money, are they really helping the poor? Or they are trying to make these poor people rely on them heavily? Right? Because if these people will rely on them heavily, then for sure they will keep coming back. They will not be losing the next election. They will keep coming back on the office. They will be, again, during the next election, they will be placed again in that position. They will never leave the office because the people are relying on them, and the people know that once they're out of office, handouts will be gone. So that's the tactic of politicians here right now. And like what I said in my post a while ago, is that a while ago? No, that was yesterday. That if your politicians, your leaders are doing that to you, then they have failed you. The government should work so that the people will not depend on them. Okay. So that the people will think, oh, what should or what can I do to help the government, instead of thinking that, what can the government give to me? If the people of your country is thinking that, then the government have failed the people. And that's the most popular theme for campaign here especially, I guess, not just in the Philippines, but all over the third world countries. That's gonna make you popular if that's gonna be your campaign theme, helping the poor, giving the money to the poor. I never heard a politician saying, I'll go to the office and I'll try to find ways to provide permanent jobs for you so you can work and have money to build your house, have money to send your children to school. Never heard a politician say that. Never heard a politician say, I'm going to be working so that we'll provide wider job opportunities for you. Never heard anyone say that. Here in the Philippines, it's capitalizing on the dire situation of the people that's going to bring you to office. Right? How the hell did we go to? How the hell did we go to politics? Yeah, never heard a politician talk about the effects of AI to human or to employment, and how to use AI to streamline government services, right? So, yeah, I gotta change the song. I don't know, Spotify might take down my podcast if. Here we go. There you go.
Oh yeah, told you something.
Yeah. So, as far as I know, I think it's only Mr. Gary. Sorry. Trying to hold my. You already know what I'm drinking right now. That's why. I'm belching a lot. No, it's only Gary. She's the only one that I heard this platform from, right? As early as possible, looking at the effects of AI, because AI is popular. The language-based ones are popular right now. Actually, there are different forms of artificial intelligence, right? I think it's in China that they already have successfully conducted a surgery conducted by AI. Things like that. And these things are coming. I guess here in the Philippines, driving, taxi drivers, driving cars will be the number one job that will be replaced by AI. Once it's all established well. It's gonna take years. Those ones, tellers, I don't know, but the possibility is endless, right? Possibility is endless. So, yeah, government should take a look at this as early as now, so at least, they are prepared, or the whole nation is prepared when it becomes common. Yeah, AI. With AI, I think right now it's very easy to research those ones. What I do every morning is I use AI to language-based, of course, like get like a summary, a briefer on what happened, like news today, news worldwide, nationwide, things like that. And it's gonna give you bullet points, and you just tell the AI what to do, and it's gonna be there in a minute, in a second. You know, it's fast, rather than going all over an app for news, going all over everything there, and being flooded by ads. AI is so fast. Everything you can ask, it's gonna make you lazy sometimes. Yeah, but that's the changes that these things are gonna bring in our world, right? And I think what humans, or what we should also do, is that we have to still instill to the next generation the basics of, especially survival, living without everything, living without this technology. Those are must skills that people should learn, right? I don't know when will they be needing it, but it is essential, I think, for a human to like go to the basic ways of doing things, the crude ways of doing things, so that it doesn't hurt to just prepare yourself, right, for unexpected things that might happen. Like, who knows what happens if there's a solar flare? It might destroy all. Yeah, that's the tinfoil hat. Yeah, conspiracy thing in me. Yeah, but just there's something about teaching your kids the basic ways of doing things, like how to start a fire without lighter, things like that. It builds character for little boys. Teaching the little girls how to cook, or maybe you can teach those things. Teach the boys how to cook. Teach the girls how to start a fire without those things. How to create things with small materials like that. It develops character, and those characters are needed for them to grow. Children nowadays are so used to getting everything instantly, and that destroys character to people, right? They'll get used to having everything instantly. They'll lose the virtue of patience. So I guess, we are getting more and more. I mean, the knowledge, the way of acquiring knowledge is so fast now and so easy, right? But we still have to teach these kids, our kids, these skills, survival skills, creating things, or creating like carpentry, those ones, right? Those are basic essential things that humans should learn, and those ones I think cannot be taught by AI. Again, who knows, in the future AI might know how to do those ones, right? Yeah, still, again, like I said, it's very important for children to learn those simple skills. Let's just say those barbaric skills now. Yeah, survival skills, basic skills. Those are being taught in the scouting. I don't know if still they're teaching that in scouting, but yeah, that's where we learned a few. Yeah, and again, like I said, it's very important for them to learn those worms, right? Yeah. I'm afraid this might be flagged. All right. Those are the things I want to talk about tonight. Yeah, AI. Yes. Yeah, it's amazing just amazing to think what's gonna happen 10 years from now. What technology are we going to be? Are we going to be using? Or do we still have cars running on diesel fuel? Or do we still have cars running on the road, or are we gonna be having flying cars? Yeah, it's like it's amazing to think about those. And we gotta as people living here, we gotta be open to possibility. Everything can happen, right? We might be able to see half human, half cyborg. How's that? Like those who lost their legs, we might be able to see, like, say 10 years from now, we might be seeing people that are half robot, will be having their own artificial limbs, right? Those that lost their limbs, we might be able to have like a blind person who can see now because of artificial intelligence and because of technology. That would make them half human, half robot, right? Yeah, possibilities are endless. And yeah, it's exciting to think about it, And how are we going to adapt? I think that's one of the exciting thing too. How will human adapt to these changes? Right? And I think that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening wherever you are. And by the way, this again podcast is brought to you by St. Lucie Multipurpose Cooperative. You can, by the way, visit them if you want to apply for a loan. You can visit them at the Pugis Commercial Center, number 15, Pugis Commercial Center at Pugis, La Trinidad, Benguet. And they also have their branch at Mankayan, Benguet. I just forgot where it is in Mankayan. You can just check their Facebook page also. And of course, it's also brought to you by Dem's Auto Performance Shop, located at La Trinidad, and Monoflore's Egg Poultry. Thank you so much for always supporting this podcast. You can check their Facebook page. Our sponsors have Facebook page. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll be seeing you again on the next one.